So we are entering what, week 2 or 3, 4? I think it's still a bit different for everyone.
It is a little different from everyone. I mean, for us in California, it was pretty much lockdown the week that we came back from Summit. So that's
Right.
1, 2, 3. We're on week 4 from then.
And what we're talking about is, of course, week 4 of quarantine for COVID-19.
Yeah, working from home, shelter in place. It has many names. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I just bringing it back up though. What have you been up to? What have you been doing to fill your time, especially since you're more quarantined than I am? I mean, obviously we're working from home and that kind of thing, but what are you keeping you busy?
Keeping busy with?
Yeah.
I'm just getting jiggy with it. I mean, the reality is we are still allowed outside. Like, so, we can take a walk, or if we have to walk the dog, or if we need to go to the store to pick up stuff. Like I went to Best Buy curbside pickup to pick up a new keyboard, which we can talk about if you want. But yeah, so we're quarantined and shelter in place, but it's not like a police state where you'll get in trouble for being outside for longer than 5 minutes. It's not bad. Well, other than that, I've caught up on a new show on Netflix. Well, I say new to me, probably old to a bunch of other people. Tiger King.
Oh my word.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it aside from the name. And then also I have started learning to code. I think that was one of my New Year's resolutions, that I would actually do it, and I'm actually doing it. It's slow going, right? Like I'm not necessarily full bore into it, but with everything going on right now, that is one of the jobs that I feel like I could learn it on my own, and I could get a job remotely, whether it's a contract job or an actual position, salaried job. I feel like it's still something I could do, in my own home. And that's really about it. There's a few other things that I would like to do. Maybe learn how to cook something new. Maybe because my fiance, she's making masks. So if you're listening and you want a mask, hit me up. I think they're only like $5, including shipping.
Do they have those like charcoal inserts?
We don't have the inserts ourselves, but there is a pocket for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, funny story. We were talking about like where we could buy the inserts, because you can buy them on Amazon, but it still will not arrive until like June or something, even with Amazon Prime. So we were looking online where you could, like, what else you can make the inserts out of, and someone mentioned air filters for vacuum cleaners. Like,
what?
Does that really work? Like, I'm wondering, does it really work? And apparently, like, some scientists said, yeah, it's good enough. It's not as good as an N95 mask, but it's good enough.
It's at least better than nothing.
It's in between an N95 mask and just wearing a piece of cloth over your face.
Interesting.
I just can't. I don't agree with people who say, well, I don't need it because I'm healthy, so I'm just not going to wear a mask. I'm like, why would you? No, just put a shirt on your face, please. Go outside and look like a bank robber for 10 minutes while you pick out an orange. Please. Like, what is the harm in putting a mask on your face?
Right.
I don't care if the president's doing it or not. Focus on yourself and the people around you.
Right.
And just do the damn thing, which is just, it's common courtesy. But yeah, that's my story. What about you?
A lot of gaming. A lot of gaming catching
Well,
up
I didn't think that would count. That's kind of a given. Although you are, however, you're playing a new game that I've never played. And you told me to download it because it was, free $99. I'm like, oh, I like that price.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
No, it's Digital Combat Simulator. It's a simulation game where it simulates like flying military planes and stuff, but dude, I gotta tell you, like I've played some simulation flight sims in the past, and it's fun. Okay, you gotta go fly the plane, and you gotta control all the little bits and bobs. That's fun. But most of them have been on like controller, And if they are on PC, they're just little, I can control some basics of the plane, but nothing too crazy. So this one is the first one I've gotten where it has VR support, and I'm like, oh, I'm going all in on the VR support. And somebody told me, hey, buy this plane. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I've got some credit on my Steam account, but the plane's $80 for the DLC,
What?
and it's one plane.
For the DLC? Are you
$80.
kidding me?
No. It's
Okay.
ridiculous. I was like, I don't know about this. He's like, look, get it, and if you really don't like it, then return it, and if they won't let you, then I'll buy it for you, because that's how confident I am that you'll appreciate where your money's going. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, if it's, no risk to me, then fine. So I did it, and it's intense, dude. Like I went through like a 2-hour tutorial of the plane, and it's like, you ever seen a cockpit of like a military plane?
Yeah, sure.
It's that.
It's confusing as heck. Like it amazes me that they can do anything.
But it's
like in time with what they need to do.
Every button that you see in like a real plane, all of them work in this game. All of them. Like they have a cold start sequence where it's like you have to, the plane is in the hangar basically, and you have to get it to flying, everything you have to do to get it to fly. And apparently it's like, in real life, this is what you would have to do. Like, you would have to set all the little gadgets, all the little gears. You have to tell all the little knobs what your current situation is, so it can like calibrate correctly. If certain instruments have to like warm up, and so you have to let them warm up. And then when I say that, like, okay, cool, this instrument will take 8 minutes to warm up, and 8 real-time minutes elapse, and then it's warmed up. Like the game even recommends, like, hey, if you want to go take a break and like go get a cup of coffee or something, go do that while this instrument warms up. But you will be waiting 8 minutes for this instrument to warm up.
Jeez.
Yeah,
so it's all real time.
Yeah, it is a simulator, and it is exact. Like they're not fooling around with it. They're using the actual lingo, the actual names for all the buttons and switches, and like, it's functional. All the little buttons and switches in the plane all function for what they're supposed to do. Last night I pulled a switch and jettisoned a couple rockets that we were going to use in this tandem flight that we were doing. Like, I just dropped them off the plane because I pressed the wrong button, and I thought I was doing the right thing, and it wasn't. And like, you can't just, it's not just like, fly. Oh, you can fly the plane and shoot the missiles and kill the bad guys. Nope. You got to know how to like arm the missiles, and you have to set like I won't bore you with the little details, but man, it's intense, dude. So I've been playing a lot of Beat Saber again, getting back into Destiny. Just a lot of gaming. And then moving, obviously, that's still been going on, still unpacking, still getting settled in the new place. So,
are you still allowed to go back to your old place to like grab things, or are
we're
out of there?
We're done with that part. We're done with that part for sure.
Got it.
All of our stuff's over at the new place. We turned in.
You'll
our
probably
old
still have to go
keys.
there every once in a while for like lingering mail.
Oh yeah, I could see that. We set the forwarding, but stuff always gets through.
Oh, totally. Yeah, the forwarding never worked for me. So the game of jinx, right? When you and somebody else says something at the same time, it's the exact same word.
Right.
And you jinx them.
Right.
Okay. Do you then, what is your rule that you grew up with? To unjinx some, or can they unjinx themselves, and what happens if they unjinx themselves? And any other predetermined rule surrounding jinx?
Oh man, you're asking me to call back to so long ago.
I need you to call back. Yes.
I want to say the rule was, it was in kindergarten, so like it was kind of like in
kindergarten, you did not continue jinx in like middle school?
Maybe second grade.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's not middle school. That's elementary school.
Yeah, well, yeah, well.
Yeah, well?
It didn't last that long. I don't remember ever doing that in 7th or 8th or anything like that.
Where's your sense of whimsy?
Not
Your sense
with
of
Jinx,
wonder
apparently.
and humor.
The closest thing I would say is it was like buy me a Coke, but it wasn't Coke. It was just like you can't talk until we forget you can't talk, which won't be long.
But there wasn't a like immediate like say my name 3 times and I can talk again. Did you have that rule?
What? No.
Never heard that rule?
No.
There are a few rules that I've recently learned about. One of which was the say my name 3 times and then I can talk again.
Okay.
That one I feel like I've learned before, but I forgot. But then there's this new rule, is that you cannot jinx if there's a roof over us.
What? No.
I know, right? What kind of rule is that? It's such a cop-out rule.
That's
You jinx, you jinx. You take the jinx and you jinx. You said it at the same time.
yeah.
You're jinxed.
Yeah. No. It's no.
Right.
It's terrible.
No, it's definitely a rule that somebody made up that was being jinxed too many times, and he or she felt like, I need a reason to get out of it, and it somehow caught fire.
Oh,
and
the only other rule I can think of is the count to 10 thing.
what is that?
It's okay. So if you and I say the same thing and I say jinx, I immediately have to count to 10 as fast as I can. If you say stop, then you don't have to be jinxed. But I can seriously like slur my words together and just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I said stop before you finished.
Nah, I don't think you did.
I did.
Nah,
you were
shouldn't be
delayed
talking.
because of over internet talking.
Not that much.
Anyways.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony can't talk, so this is the end of the podcast.
Yeah. Can't jinx if there's a roof over our head. But Aurelia and I have agreed that rule is stupid. And we are going to continue to jinx no matter whether it's something over our heads or not. And believe me, it is the only fun 2-player game that I am currently winning. She is kicking my butt in slugbugs.
Oh.
Do you know what slugbugs is?
Yeah, I know that one. It's where you punch someone for seeing a VW bug.
Yeah, of any age. Can be old, can be new. Doesn't matter. It's got to be a bug. I've been tricked by PT Cruisers before because they have that kind of roundish. That from afar, it's like, oh, I think that's it. That's not a thing. But she's kicking my butt with it. Like she could be driving and singing along to music that we're singing along to, and I could be looking around, peering around, being a great lookout, and then the VW bug just appears on her left, and she just lightly punches my leg. Like, slugbug, wait. I'm like, God dang it. How does that happen for you?
That's funny.
Do you and Maddie have any kind of, I wouldn't call it ritual, but it's something that we tend to do quite often if we're in the car together. And it's little competitive, little fun competition that we have.
No. The only thing to write home about with the car is that we don't agree on music. So a lot of the times there's not music playing in the car.
Interesting.
Lately, I've been.
You've been on a lo-fi binge.
Yeah, no.
Binge?
Lately it's been that, so it's throwing that on a whole bunch, and that's been okay because it's not intrusive enough to care about. So that's been at least some music, but yeah, nothing really in the car. No, the only thing that I really lose to my wife with is this game called Wordament.
Ah, yes. I'm aware of this game.
Yeah,
made by Microsoft, right?
Yeah, it's like Scrabble kind of thing. It's, there's letters on screen and you got to make words out of them as fast as you can in a 2-minute timer, and she just destroys me on it.
She's gooder at words than you are, and I am.
Apparently.
No, I started playing Words with Friends with Aurelia because, it's one of those mini games that you can have in Facebook Messenger.
Right.
And I think you can do it through iMessage as well too, if I remember correctly. But at least through Facebook Messenger, that's how she and I communicate.
Okay.
And we started Words with Friends, and the first couple of rounds, I'm like, heck yeah, I got this. Show you how smart this guy is. Oh wow, you're beat. Oh wow, oh wow. Oh, okay, I'm not good at this game at all.
Just start screaming, stop.
pretty much. Fine, you win. You're done. We're good. No, I think it's good, between couples to have, friendly competition. Because,
Right.
like, when we're playing games, it's obvious who's better at it, you and her. And she's playing, I feel like she's playing to be part of the group.
She plays to play.
Right, she plays to play, but in the games where it's every man for ourselves and we're shooting each other.
I get what you're saying now.
There's no question you're gonna beat her, and there's no competition there. But if it's something where it's more fun and there's less less on the line, and it's really just between you and her, like Wordament. I think that's a fun, nice little fun pastime to have, where you and her can kind of poke fun at and be able to, I don't know.
I will tell you, Wordament gets pretty competitive.
Well, both of you are very competitive people.
This is true.
Yeah, Aurelia is into those puzzle games, kind of similar to that of Candy Crush, although not Candy Crush.
No, neither of us.
But she likes those kinds of games. I personally have never been a fan. But I just watch her, and her strategy to like get those combos is amazing. Because I just look for the colors that look the same and swap the colors so I get like one row to go away. And she's like, no, we're going to do this over here in the upper right-hand corner. And down here in the lower left, we're going to do this. And over here, we're going to do this. And it goes, blah, 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 40,000 points. I'm like, how'd you do that? How did you know the game was going to do that? She's like, well, I played enough. I'm like, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
gotta play to your
I
strengths.
guess you can understand the gaming mechanics after playing it as much as you do. But I can't see it like that. Like, I don't play chess. Like chess, I can't visualize my moves and the potential moves that you would make that far in advance. You played oversized chess with me in the Utah Public Library, and you kicked my butt.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't see chess like that. Like those kinds of games, those kinds of strategy games, no, forget about it.
That's interesting. Have you ever played games like Age of Empires or anything like real-time strategy?
Well, Command and Conquer and Warcraft, before it was World of Warcraft, just Warcraft by itself, those games I liked. Because I felt like understanding the gaming mechanics of those kinds of characters and the timing it took for them to build armaments or barracks or farms and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I could understand that. I can internalize that much better than knowing what you as a human would do to take my rook or take my bishop.
Right.
Now, mind you, when I played those RTS games, they were it was PvE all the time because I didn't really have internet back in those days, so I couldn't play with other people. So if you're listening and you're like, "What are you talking about? You're playing Command and Conquer versus people." Maybe you did, but I didn't. So I understood and learned what the computer did, I guess, to a degree.
Okay.
But when it came to other strategy games of just pieces and matching colors and Tetris is a great example. I liked Tetris until it became intermediate Tetris, and then I'm like, nope, I can do the novice amateur Tetris. That's it. But you start speeding up that time and you start making me think of, okay, I have to think 4 moves in advance so I can get that giant block out of the way. Nope, can't do it. I'm just my brain doesn't think like that. It was also the reason in music I could not sight read very well. For those who don't know, sight reading means you get a piece of music and you just play exactly what's on the sheet of music. For me, I could not do that. I could not look at notes 3 measures before I'm going to play it and know how to play it. I had to practice and practice and practice it. Then I was good. But I just didn't have that visual mentality and mental mentality to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if I taught myself I could, but I didn't have the patience.
You got to have a passion or interest for it for sure. It doesn't just come naturally for everyone, and that's okay. I mean, I've liked strategy games, but I'm very particular with them because if it starts feeling like work or something, then I'll start losing interest pretty quick. That's why I like stuff like Age of Empires and just really fast-paced strategy games.
Well, maybe one day you'll convince me to download Age of Empires again. It's on Game Pass, so
it's free.
It's free. Maybe I'll give it a go. Either that or Halo Wars or something. I don't know. When we did Halo Wars 2, it was on console for me at least at the time.
Right.
And playing an RTS on console, I can't do it. I need a keyboard and mouse.
Right. They did their best with the controls, and they did good. They definitely did good. But
when you need to select a whole regiment, you're like, okay, please drag and drop. Nope, that's wrong. That's not what I want. So, yeah. So maybe it would be different if I went back to PC.
There you go.
So one thing that you had brought up a couple of weeks ago is that you do not like collared shirts.
Yes, this is 100% true.
What is your problem?
Hold on. I feel like I'm already fighting a losing battle.
What's your deal, man?
I don't like things touching my neck. I've got an issue with that. Like I don't like the sensation of the front half of my neck being touched in any way, shape, or form. Especially the lighter the touch, the worse it gets. So if there's like tight necklaces, tight colored shirts, tight anything, please no.
Okay, but maybe you're getting the wrong size shirts?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You sure?
I've had oversized shirts. I've had undersized shirts. I've had everything you could imagine, and it all is terrible.
But it's...
I've had even like when... Oh, it was some sort of event that we went to, and I went and got a suit and had the white shirt. I guess it was tailored. The dude did take did stuff to the shirt. So it was even a tailored shirt, and it was still terrible. I don't like things touching my neck. Doesn't matter what it is. But I don't like it, and I can manage throughout the day if I have distractions with the colored shirt, but like the moment I get off work, it needs to be removed. It needs to be removed immediately.
What about the pullovers that we have for work that arguably have a collar that you can zip all the way up or you can zip halfway down, so it's kind of like a collar? Do you know what I'm talking about?
If it's the long sleeved stuff that you're talking about, I can manage those a little bit longer because of how wide they are, especially when they're slightly unzipped. But again, this just goes back to the sooner the better.
I don't know what to tell you, but you're going to need to start growing up.
What?
getting used to
No.
Getting used to college shirts.
Why?
No, hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Why do I have to get used to them? I know when to wear them and stuff. I know how to wear them in like a business environment.
Right, but
I don't have to wear them lounging around the house.
Okay, maybe not lounging around the house, but I'm saying, in my opinion, there's a time where you come of age and you're like, I love my graphic tees, but I don't need to wear them when I go out all the time.
No, 100%. Like if we're going to a dinner or something, or
no. I never said dinner.
Hold on.
Never said dinner.
Hold on.
You interrupted me first, so let me say what I'm saying.
Okay.
Going to Walmart, you wear a collared shirt.
No, absolutely not.
You go above everybody else. Nope. You go above everybody else. Everybody else is in PJs or graphic tees, and they don't care a lick about how they look. You go out there and you say, I care a little bit about how I look. I'm going to put a polo on. Doesn't have to have any kind of label on it. Just a polo.
Nope.
Just rise above it.
Hard pass.
Rise above it. What's so hard to rise above it?
What's so wrong about just wearing clothes? Like, there is a...
Because you look like a slob.
There is a place in between colored shirts and graphic tees. And that's like a good looking V-neck or something. Like, you don't have to have a collar. You don't have to have a collar. You can find a nice balance and look good without having a stupid collar.
They're not stupid. It makes you look put together. It makes you look like you cared about how you look before you left your doorstep.
No, but it makes you look overdressed sometimes as well. Like,
I'm not telling you. I'm sorry. I interrupted you. You go on.
You don't need to wear a collared shirt to Walmart. No, I'm not saying go there in your PJs because, people of Walmart. But you don't have to dress up for everything. You're going to go hang out with your buddies.
How is wearing a collared shirt dress up?
It's also about the company you keep. Like, if you're the one in a nice collared shirt, button up kind of thing, and everyone else is in a mix of graphic tees, regular shirts, and just regular clothes, you look a cut above them, but you look out of place. You look like you're their manager or something. Like, you just look out of place. And so, yes, there is a balance between, like, you don't have to go collared shirt, but you don't have to go graphic tee. There is a place in between those two.
Yeah, that place is called when you're 25. You're older now.
Why?
You're getting you're getting to the age of where if I feel like if you want people to take you a little bit more seriously, you can still be fun-loving Quinnton. You can still murder on the games and be amazing at Beat Saber and be a wonderful husband. So case in point, when we hung out at Summit in Utah,
right?
How often did you see me in a t-shirt when we were just hanging out?
Not often.
Right. And I wasn't trying to say I'm above you guys.
But it was noticeable. Every time I was like, why is Tony wearing a collared t-shirt? Where does he think we're going? Other people mentioned it. It's noticeable. It stands out.
Good. It's supposed to stand out.
But not in the way you're looking for.
Well, maybe I need to change friends.
There you go. There's the end result.
That's the answer. Look, I'm not trying to say you got to go peacocking everywhere that you go. But you know how there's the adage, don't dress for the job you have, dress for the job that you want?
Right.
I have that same kind of expression, but for just kind of like my lifestyle. Not to say that go out and buy designer shorts for $500 because that is a thing. I'm not going to go do that. That's stupid. But what I'm saying is when I'm put together better and I'm not just wearing, like right now, we're at home, we're working, and my upper half is perfect for video calls and whatever, but I do have pajamas on. So I'm not, my pajama bottoms are on. So I'm not like fully in work mode.
Right.
All right. I don't have socks on.
So what you're telling me is I've got better work hygiene than you then.
How so?
Stuff like you're saying you're still in PJs. It's good for your mind. It's good for your mind if you actually change into like not full work clothes, but like out of your sleep clothes. Like right now,
funny you should say that. It's good for your mind if you go out into the world in clothes that don't make you look like you're just turning 25 and you're just trying to figure yourself out. See, I can throw it right back in your face. Let's go. You're not wrong, though. Like, there was a time last week, because last week we were super busy.
Right.
Or no, sorry, the week before. The week before we were super busy because you and I had like 3 projects going on for work and everything. And on multiple days of those days, I had the full attire, including socks with shoes. And
wow.
And on those days, I do feel like I was a little bit more productive. Yesterday, Justin, if you're listening, sorry, but here it goes. Yesterday, not productive at all. And and I was wearing pretty much what I'm wearing today. I will argue, though, today I was very productive, but that was more so because of the required meetings and other things that we were doing.
Right.
But I get your point. I get your point 1,000% because that's why I dress the way that I dress. Because it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
I personally feel better about myself and I feel better to be out there in the world. I mean, not now, obviously, but even but even when I go to the grocery store, I'll throw on a collared shirt, and it doesn't have to be full length button down tucked in shirt. No,
Crop top.
It'll be a crop top. Yeah, exactly. No, but it'll be like a bowling shirt, like short sleeve collared shirt kind of thing.
Interesting. For me, that clothing health, that clothing hygiene kind of thing is more just getting out of like sleep clothes and into clothes that I would be okay immediately. Like if she said, "Hey, we need to go outside right now," I'd be like, "Cool, I'm in clothes that can do that." If I'm wearing clothes that I can say I'll go outside in, then that's like awake clothes for me.
Interesting.
And that could be just as simply as just a pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah. No, I can't do that. Like, okay, let me back up.
Okay.
I have done that, and I've probably done worse than that, because there are mornings when I used to have to pick up my kids to take them to school. I would be lucky enough that I wouldn't necessarily have to get out of the car. So I would take them to school in pajamas.
Yeah.
They would be fully dressed, ready to go, and I would go to school. I would take them to school in pajamas, but I would stay in the car. Like, I wouldn't be caught dead in pajamas.
Oh, for
even
sure.
Even in a Starbucks or a gas station paying to get gas.
100%. Like, I wouldn't even so much as like go to a drive-through, honestly, unless it was like, man, this is the only chance. I'm like, I've got the car for today, and this is my only chance to go do this. So, like, I try to avoid any and all interaction with human beings if I'm in pajamas.
When I say pajamas, I don't want you thinking like it's the full like 2-set pajamas. I'll have pajama pants on, but then I'll have like a regular jacket on. So if you're the drive-through attendee, you do see a regular jacket. You probably don't see Golden State Warrior pajama pants.
There you go.
Or whatever, So
right.
That's where like I would personally draw the line. If I had to go into Starbucks for whatever reason, I would probably like wait. Like, you know what? Not a big deal. I'm going to go home, change, and then go to the Starbucks closer to my house and just deal with it that way. I mean, look, I'm not trying to shame you into going outside in a better fashion. This is more of me kind of channeling your wife's want for you to wear less graphic tees. She did not put me up to this. I just remember about a year and a half ago, at my first summit with you guys, she and I had concocted this idea to take you shopping, and we were going to find ways and things for you to still connect to your nerd side, your geek side, without looking like your quintessential gamer guy, which you don't. I'll be the first to say you don't look like the quintessential gamer guy, but there are hints of it when you only wear gaming-related shirts. And I get the fandom, especially the Destiny ones that you paid dang good money to buy because you got that thing. You got that you can only buy it when you achieve that goal.
Right. That's
awesome. But in my opinion, there are less reasons on a day-to-day basis to wear that, where I get that it's kind of cool when you find that one person in a Costco that says, "Oh, you got the shirt too." I get it. But there are ways for you to still balance both, where you can do the thing that Maddie wants and you can still do the thing that you want. I still have a ton of graphic tees. Don't think that I got rid of all mine. I still have a ton. I've got the Apex ones. I got our team ones. I got them all still. But right. I feel like I wear them less. Mm-hmm. And when I wear them, I have this air of the overwhelming, like, beneficial responsibility. Like, oh, okay, I feel better about myself, essentially. Mm-hmm. And I want to give that to you. I want you to feel better about yourself.
I'm okay with looking better, but it's not going to be with a collar. You're trying to accomplish something, but you're going the worst possible route. Like, I get what you're going for. But try to work with what I like. Like, you know I don't like collared shirts. So if you push collared shirts, I'm just going to stop
You're gonna push
working
back.
with you. I'm not even going to push back. I'm going to be like, okay, he obviously doesn't understand my needs, so I'm going to stop listening to him. I mean, it's just like our job. Like
It's just like our job. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. There's only so much that anybody can push you. Like you have to find it within yourself if you want to take that jump to try it out. I don't know if there's an underlying reason why something touching your neck is off-putting to you. We don't need to go into it.
Well, honestly, I'll tell you, there isn't. There's not like some sort of like deep-seated something that happened in my past or something. I feel bad for the people who do have that, but it doesn't describe me. I don't know why this is, but it is. Okay. And it's been with me for as long as I can remember. I just hate having my neck touched.
I've always wondered like what the Fab Five, Queer Eye guys would do with me. And when that show, became popular and your wife started watching it, that's kind of how she and I started down this road of let's give Quinn a makeover. And it was both joking but also kind of serious, and obviously nothing came of it. But I wonder what would they do in this instance where you're saying, look, I am not the collared guy. Maybe I'm not the best contestant for your show, but I am not the collared guy. I want to wear my tees. I'll wear the collars when I have to. What is the happy medium that they would find? Maybe you're right. Maybe it is the V-neck, where it doesn't necessarily have like your Hot Topic or Spencer Gift, graphic on it.
Right.
Maybe it's a little bit more raised up in that, or it could even be the fabric itself of the V-neck, that it's made of bamboo and it's very very not freeing, but like flowing and very soft and comfortable material that you like upon your skin, and it's noticeably like different for you. That maybe that's what helps you get to that elevated feeling that I get when I put on a t-shirt or rather a collared shirt. So we should test this out. Why don't you go out and buy a $300 t-shirt made of not bamboo, banana leaf. Banana leaves are beautiful.
Just send my application in for Queer Eye.
All right, guys, thanks a lot for listening. This has been a very interesting time for all of us. I hope all of you guys and gals are safe out there, and I hope this was a nice distraction to everything. Make sure you share this to invite. Make sure you share that. Make sure you share this with as many people as you can. We'd love to hear from all of you. Where can people find you, Quinnton?
On Instagram and Xbox at Firewall.
You guys can find me at those locations under Lazy Tech Tony. We're also under Still Recording at Instagram. We have our own subreddit, Still Recording Podcast. And as of right now, we have our own YouTube channel that I just signed us up for. By the way, I just signed us up for a YouTube channel. So we'll be putting those links in the show notes as well, too. Please like, subscribe, and follow us and hit that bell. I guess that's the thing that us YouTubers say. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.